Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Divine Libra Wisdom. I am doing this video today for the solar eclipse in Aries, all signs. The solar eclipse will be, I believe, on the 29th, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check that and make sure, I have it in the description box. But I believe it's on the 29th is when it's going to come up. But I wanted to do this reading to sort of tap in again, just to see what the energies will be like for each sign as we, get into this eclipse, the solar eclipse. And yeah, before I get started with the readings, I just want to get all my little spiel caveats out of the way. So first things first, all the decks that I use for this reading will be in the description box as always. If you are interested in getting a personal reading from me, then information on how to do that will be in the description box as well. I will never contact you personally to do readings for you. You have to do that. You have to contact me for that. Keep in mind this is a collective reading, and especially for all of the signs, so everything may not always resonate with your particular sun sign, especially if you're only listening for your sun sign. But you can do, whatever your heart tells you to. Follow your intuition. With these types of readings, it's best to not only read or listen for your sun sign, but also check out the other placements that are in your birth chart. It helps with that. It helps to get that added confirmation, those added messages that, may be more encouragement for you, right? More support. Anyway, I feel like I'm forgetting something that I usually say. I don't know. Either way, but I feel like I've gotten everything out of the way. And if I stumble over my words, I remember now. If I'm stumbling over my words, we are in Mercury retrograde, so please don't hold it against me. What else? I just had it. Oh yeah, background noise. Where I live, I believe there's some maintenance going on somewhere, so if you hear loud noises, outside noises, I apologize. I'll try to keep those interruptions at a minimum, meaning I'll stop the video and just pause for a minute to try to get them to settle down. Of course, people like to speed down the street, so over here where I live, so yeah, you may hear that background noise. I don't know, but whatever the case may be, I will try to keep the noises and random things to a minimum. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Getting started with Aries, of course, since the solar eclipse will be in Aries. And I am going to say, let's see. Okay, got my time down there. Or wait a minute. That's not right. Okay. All right, Aries. I'm going to start with you. Or you all, rather. So, when I think about Aries, to me, the Aries is a sign of like independence, of course. You start you're what do they call it? A self-starter, right? Of course, you start the season of spring. So I'm getting for Aries, this time around. And of course, you know, we'll look deeper into what the cards come out, or what comes out in the cards. But I really get a sense that Aries, not only are, you know, because we're going into Aries season actually, so not only will a lot of you be celebrating your solar return or your birthday, so there could be, like, you know, celebrations, travels coming up. I'm also, I feel like some of you may be like getting, what is it? For some reason in my mind, I'm hearing promotion. So some of you could be dealing with getting a promotion at work, or, you know, you may have some newfound responsibilities at work. That could be the case. But other than that, I just really get that, you know, this is like a lighthearted time for a lot of Aries people. You know, y'all are in fun mode basically, especially since it's, like, again, it's your season. Okay. All right. So I feel like I've shuffled these cards enough. So, and I think I'm going to pull out one card for each, from each deck. I feel that's what I'm going to do. So, yeah. Unless I feel called to do otherwise. Okay. Kind of want to not make this too long, especially since the last all signs reading I did was super long. But we just gonna rock with it, right? Okay. And of course, I will pull out more cards from each deck if I feel, you know, we need added confirmation on some things. Okay. All right. And this is going to be your affirmation card. Just really, I like adding the affirmations in these cards because I feel like they just sort of give, like I said, that extra added confirmation, what do you call it? Boost of encouragement. Anyway, let's get going. Okay. So you have the Emperor, Archangel Michael. The Emperor. Then you have Sowachi, grounding. Rising above. Believe and succeed. Victory. And learn from your mistakes is your affirmation. And again, like I always say, do not come from me for my handwriting. I'm working on it. Okay, so first things first, let's get into this tarot card, right? Okay, so you have the Emperor, and it says organization, logic, structure, and discipline, leadership. So again, right off the bat, yeah, I believe that a lot of Aries could be experiencing promotions at work, maybe possibly like new forms of income, you know, or new sources rather, new sources of income coming in. You know, you could, perhaps maybe some of you are traveling for work, you know, maybe, you know, it coincides with, your birthday celebration. So it's like a win-win, you know, you get to travel for your birthday, even though it's for work, but it's also, you know, work and play, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what I really get from the Emperor. And funny enough, the Emperor is, sort of like that Aries fire energy. So yeah. Okay, and then we have Swachi, grounding. I really feel like, you know, you are sort of in this period of stability, or at least you're getting ready to get to that place. And it's like, you know, it feels like this energy, or this energy with this card, it feels like it's kind of been like a long time coming in a way. And that's funny, that solar energy right here, solar eclipse. It's just, I like to notice like little things in cards, because they tend to stand out the most. But anyway, yeah, I just really feel like Aries, you know, you all are going through a period of like renewal and, you know, newfound stability, especially if things have been sort of hard. I'll say been hard for you, but things are sort of kind of starting to look up, if that makes sense. Okay, and then you have rising above. With rising above, it says, I see only beauty and grace. Yeah, I just really feel like you all are, you know, you're like, you come out of a dark period and you're like, I'm rising above all this ish, you know. I'm just ready for the next thing, basically. Okay. Believe and succeed. Again, I really feel like I get strongly that people are going to be traveling, because this is like it looks kind of funny on camera, but it's a boat that this is on. And I really feel like this kind of gives me chariot energy in a way, even though it's a boat. And with the chariot, you know, that's, I believe that's in regular tarot, it's their own horses, and they're like a horse-drawn carriage thing, and they're being kind of pulled forward. So yeah, this to me is definitely travel. So again, maybe traveling for work or leisure, or it could be both. I really get both, because I got that strongly promotions for some of you, but others of you, you know, this could just be you traveling for your birthday celebrations. Then you have victory. I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. So yeah, I just really feel like you all are like in this current state of victory, of bliss. You know, things are looking up. You know, you're ready for the next adventure. Everything you touch turns to gold. Like, you all are just, I just really get like power, you know, power and just happiness, joy, vitality, like all those things. That's really what I'm getting for my Aries peeps. Okay, and then your affirmation: learn from your mistakes. Yeah, I just really feel like you all, especially with this grounding card and the rising above, like, you all, you know, you've learned from the past. You've learned what not to do going forward. And I feel like this is why you have not only the believe and succeed, but you have the victory card here. So, you know, you're winning. This is your winning season, literally. Okay, so that's all I'm getting for you, Aries. I know that was kind of quick, but I'm trying to make these as quick as possible, so we can get through all the signs. So hopefully that resonated. Again, you know, if you found this reading helpful, encouraging, definitely share it with your friends. You know, consider liking the video, commenting, and you know, that helps me to continue to work on my channel and get better at these videos. As the readings, I'm good at the readings, it's just I need to get better at the videos. Anyway, but I think I'm doing a good job. But yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you next time in a different reading. Okay, we're going to Taurus. Every time I say Taurus, I sound so country. Anyway, and I'm just going to make a note of when this is starting. Okay. All right, Taurus. Let's see what we're getting for you, my Taurus peeps. Just see if anything pops into my mind. Any channeled messages as I'm pulling these cards out. So Taurus, for you all, I feel like I'm getting that some of you have been sort of going, and you all are about to crash out. Meaning, and not in the popularized title or definition of it in today's time, but you all, your body is about to crash out rather, and you all need to chill out, is what I'm getting. But we all know Tauruses can be also workaholics in the sense that they are very much about their money, and they don't play about their money. So food and their money. And my rising sign is Taurus, so I can definitely feel that. But yeah, I'm really getting strongly that a lot of you, you all need to slow down. I'm getting slow down, get some rest. Yeah, slow down and get some rest is what I'm getting strongly. You don't want to have any accidents, or be mindful of accidents, any type of accident. And I don't get that it's like a serious one, but you definitely need to make sure you have enough rest, especially if you're tired, pull over. If you're driving, pull over, especially because I just saw like a car traveling down the road in my mind. So maybe some of you are going on a road trip, because this is sort of like spring break time for a lot of college students. So yeah, slow down. Don't be, driving under the influence. Some of you, even if you do feel like you can do it, don't do that. And this is like big sis auntie talking. I'm 38 and I can say that. Big sis auntie energy right here. Don't be a fool. If you're tired, if you've had too much, go somewhere and chill out. Don't get behind the wheel. Go on somewhere. Go sleep it off. Okay. And oops. Okay. Let's see what these cards got to say. And yes, I'm a country girl, so the way I say things may be funny or sound funny. Anyway. All right. So we have the Three of Air. Three of Air. Oops, got to cover that. You got Katesh. I believe that's how you say that. Sacred Lust. Or, yeah, Sacred Lust. We have Simplifying Your Life. rest and reconsider. Literally. Success. Okay. And then for your affirmation, you have, I have loving, healthy relationships. I have loving and healthy relationships. And again, don't come for me for my handwriting. I always say that. So, oops, why did I put that back? Let me put that back over here. Anyway. Okay, so with the Three of Air, and this is like the Three of Swords, this is saying great sadness, time to heal, or take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself or others. Okay, so with the Three of Air, what I'm getting is, and especially with it lining up with rest and reconsider, it just really tells me that, again, for Tauruses, you all need to slow down. You all need to slow down, and, you know, if it's a thing where, or a situation rather, where you all have like sort of been working so much just to avoid your other issues, then again, that's gonna eventually come crashing down, right? It's gonna be like the tower crashing down, because, you know, you all need to, you have to deal with the things that are, you know, impacting you in a negative light, or in a negative way. You know, you can't work it away. You know, you can't pray it away. You can't work it away. You have to deal with whatever's bothering you. Okay. And no amount of, you know, working too much or avoiding the issue will change the issue, nor will it make you any better for it. So again, this is Big Sis Auntie talking. Get your rest, and also deal with, you know, whatever is bothering you. Because I'm getting a sense of, with Three of Air, especially with great sadness and, you know, taking the time to heal. This is like something that may have happened that really cut deep, and it's something that you really need to deal with. But for a lot of you in this in Taurus, or who are Tauruses, or you have this in your, you know, birth chart, this placement, there's something that you're avoiding, right? There's something that you all need to tackle that you're avoiding, and it's about to, you know what, I mentioned that word, crash out. It could be causing you to want to crash out. And in order to avoid, you know, getting in trouble, especially if you're like on some type of road trip, you know, it's better to not do anything reckless that will get you in trouble. Okay? So slow down, you know, reassess, process, you know, what it is you're feeling, you know, your emotions, and don't let it dictate you. So yeah. With Sacred Lust, I really feel like, you know, this is, to me, this card, you know, it's definitely about like sensuality, you know, but it can also be, the way that I'm reading it, when it comes to these other cards, Three of Air and Rest and Reconsider, I feel like this could be another way that Tauruses may, you know, be sort of indulging, right? Or in this case, overindulging to sort of cover, or I'm getting the word pacify, whatever situation that they're going through. You know, you all could be partying, of course, because, you know, spring break time, or traveling, just simply traveling, and, you know, in general, doesn't have to be spring break related, but you all could be doing that as a coping mechanism, you know, drinking, excessive drinking, partying, what do you call that? Spicy time, energy here. You could be using that as a coping mechanism, instead of, you know, focusing on whatever the problem is. And you sort of need to come out of that and focus on the hurt and, you know, chilling out. You know, that's what I'm getting with that. And so you have simplify your life, or simplifying your life. It says, I cherish the simple pleasures of life. So for some of you, this could just be, you know, if you are the type, or the ones in this category, what am I trying to say? If, I know what I'm trying to say, rather, but I'm getting my, yeah. Let me slow down, because my mind is going a mile a minute. For some of you, I get that if you look at this card, it's like a whole bunch of stuff going on, right? You got, what is this? You got boots and clock, dustpan. She got the broom. You got clothes and all this other stuff over here. And it's like, it looks like this person is trying to, you know, sweep. But I also get I also get the sense that this person is trying to do too much at once. Meaning they need to slow down, like I said. So, you know, once you slow down, once you simplify things, and this could also be, you know, reaching out for help if you have a lot to do and it's overwhelming, you'll reach success, right? You'll be successful. Okay? So, yeah, and as far as I have loving and healthy relationships, the most important relationship that you'll ever have is the one that you have with yourself. I strongly believe that. So I really feel like, you know, you can't expect to be treated, you know, well, yes, you can. You can be expected, you know, to be treated with, you know, common courtesy, decency, you know, love and respect. But you have to do those things for yourself too, you know. And so if you are simply, you know, going on and on and on and on without a break, you know, without asking for help when you need it, you know, just trying to do everything on your own, you know, that's going to lead to burnout. I think that's the word I was thinking about, but I heard crash out in the beginning. But anyway, but yeah, it'll lead to burnout. So you really need to get to the simplifying your life, you know, slowing down, asking for help, and prioritizing things, you know, in a way that's, you know, what am I trying to say? Like importance, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know, think about if you have a lot on your plate, figure out what you can do, you know, on one day and get that done, and then save some for another day, you know, to get done. That's what I feel like. Okay, so hopefully that's all I have for Taurus. Hopefully that resonated with you all. Again, if you know, this resonated, definitely consider liking the video, comment and let me know if it did, or if it, you know, hit, and share it with a friend. That would definitely help the channel out and help me get better at doing these videos. All right, so moving on, I will see you next time, Taurus, in a different reading. We're gonna go on to Gemini, and let's say I started 909. Okay, Gemini. Also for Geminis, and I got this for Taurus, so some of you might have Taurus in your chart too. I got the word rest. but I'm getting the sense of more so that you all need to get more sleep. More sleep. Yeah, some of you stay up extremely too late and need to go to bed. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting. Let's see what else. For some of you, Cancers, or I'm sorry, Geminis, you might have Cancer in your chart, so definitely go check out Cancer when, you know, check out Cancer reading if you have that in placements. But what I was getting was, some of you need to pay attention to something. I feel like some of you in this group might be missing something. You're missing something, or something is missing that you need to find. Maybe you misplaced something that you're looking for. I don't know. And the other thing is, like, you need to pay more attention to your surroundings. Pay more attention to signs, symbols. Could be hidden messages that you're, you know, that you need to check out. Okay. All right. The first card that comes out for you all, Gemini. I don't know why I want to keep saying Cancer, but anyway, Gemini. You have the Wheel, Archangel Michael. Queen of Sheba, Secrets Revealed. Healing the Past. Choose Your Battles. And Love. And your affirmation is living my best life. I have your right here, but it says living your best life. Okay, so, all right, let's go with the first card here. So it's a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. So I really feel like Gemini, and of course there's Queen of Sheba, Secrets Revealed, and I said previously that there's something that you know you're not paying attention to, some of you. So this could be that, you know, something is about to be revealed to you, and with it aligning with love, this could be a situation regarding love. Excuse me, I had to take a sip of my tea. Anyway, yeah, something could be revealed regarding relationships, or regarding love. And to me, you know, this could be any type of love. It could be like family love. It could be a significant other love, friendship love, whatever the case may be. Something is about to be revealed to you all, and you need to pay attention. Okay. And then we have healing the past. I step into my future with strength and clarity. I feel like whatever is going to be revealed to you is going to help you move along. Maybe possibly push something forward. Maybe if the, you know, secret is regarding like significant other love, then maybe this could be like a change in relationships to like where you all maybe move in together. Maybe you all, you know, get engaged, get married, that type of thing. Or maybe, you know, a child is coming. You know, it could be a number of things for this group of Geminis, right? So I just really feel like you're going to get some kind of confirmation. Some secret is going to be revealed. Not to mention Gemini, you all's, the tarot card associated with you all is the Lover. So it's kind of funny that love would come out in this reading. So yeah, you know, I really feel for a few of you, it may not be necessarily all of you, but this could be like a progression in your love life, significant other love life. And, you know, if not, you know, with the love, I get that maybe, you know, this could be like the expansion, you know, of family too, which is why I mentioned, you know, a child coming in. Yeah, healing. So healing the past also, and choose your battles. I feel like, yeah, this could be that you've healed from something. Because I don't feel like you're necessarily dealing with this currently, this card, this energy. And it's also with choose your battles. I feel like whatever happened in the past that needed healing, this is you're sort of moved past that, right? Because of course you have love, and then you have the affirmation living your best life. So you could have maybe come out of turmoil, or maybe if this is, like I said, significant other related love, then maybe, you know, you came out of a bad relationship and now you're in a better one now, and so now you're sort of in that energy of living my best life. So yeah, I just really feel like, you know, there's things that you all need to pay attention to. You know, just make sure you are aware of your surroundings, because I'm getting for a small number of you that you may have people around you that don't have the best intentions at heart, and you need to kind of watch out for that. And that's only for a small number of you. I feel like with this card, there could be people around you, again, that don't really have your best interests at heart. But I feel like this is the little smaller figure around, or right here, they're aware, they're paying attention, you know, and they're just sort of like waiting for these individuals to make a move. If they do, you know, if they strike, then, you know, this individual here is ready to strike. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for you all Gemini, or for you Geminis. Hopefully it resonated. You know, consider liking, sharing, and leaving me a comment in the description, or not description box, the comment section, you know, if it resonated, if it, you know, hits home, especially about, you know, people not having your best interests at heart, if you've dealt with that. Hopefully, you know, everything is okay with that, and, you know, you don't have to, you know, raise up on somebody, you know what I mean, for playing with you. But anyway, yes, please share this video with a friend if you think it's helpful, or they would find it helpful. And I will see you in the next reading. Geminis, have a good day. Ooh, I feel like I got to sneeze. Goodness. Maybe some Cancers have to sneeze, which is the sign I'm on now. Okay, Cancer. Let's see, start at 9:55. Okay. don't know why I just need to randomly sneeze. So some of you may be getting over a cold. Maybe you got the sniffles, Cancers. Also sniffling, maybe some of you could have been crying just now or right now. I don't know. Or you just did, or you did before looking at this. I don't know why, but I just heard the word in my mind, August. So something may be happening that's significant in August for Cancers. I don't know. Ooh, okay, that wants to come out. And it's like summertime, so that could be like when, you know, people are traveling, of course, summer break. However, that's the end of summer, so maybe you all could be returning from a trip back home. And I will take it as it resonates. Let's see what else I'm getting for Cancers. Channeled messages anyway. Some of you Cancers may benefit from going to sit by water, since you are a water sign. Maybe you all need to take some time to just relax. Okay. Last card to pull out here. Well, you got two affirmations that came out, so we'll check those out. Okay, so first things first, you got Queen of Earth, thoughtful, creative, warm, sensible. Can't really see that because it's backwards, but yeah. You have Razuli Dantor, fiercely protective over women and children. Sorry for that background noise. You have Coming into Power, Detach, Passion, and your affirmations that you got. My marriage is loving, happy, and protected. Don't come for my handwriting. I know it's kind of sucks. I'm gonna give me a calligraphy kit. Don't come for me, okay? And my life is beautiful. Okay, so right off the bat, Cancers, you have Queen of Earth, thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. And it says, make time for those around you, take a sensible approach, deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. Yeah, this could be the source of maybe your stress, because like I said, some of you may benefit by going to sit by the water. Maybe things have sort of been stressful for you, and you know, and that's sort of brought up challenges. So, you know, you would benefit by sort of taking some time to kind of maybe step away from whatever the challenges are, and you know, give yourself a break before you react. Because with Earth, it just gives me like grounding, you know, sort of like meditating, just sort of taking time to sort of like, what's that word? Sorry, I had to pop a knuckle. Some of you may be doing that too, like popping knuckles. That's a random channel message. But anyway, yeah, some of you need to reassess something, or maybe like sort of go back and plan something that you're trying to do, because especially with challenges coming out and misunderstandings, because I'm also getting misunderstandings. So maybe there could have been some kind of misunderstanding for some of you, and you're sort of like having to take a step back and, you know, reassess how to approach a person or approach the situation. Especially with it aligning, Queen of Earth aligning with detach. Yeah, you may need to detach yourself for a minute and just sort of get back to a place where you have a level head about things. With Arizuli Dantor, or Razuli Dantor, etheric chords. Yeah, to me, that's also like detaching. In a way, it's like, and she has it's like a machete in her hand too, as she has her two little babies down there. To me, whatever the challenges are, you need to cut it from your life, of course, but, you know, detach from it. But detach from it for only a short while, just to get your head right, or your mind right rather, so that, you know, you can get to this energy where it's coming into power. You know, you're in a better spot, you know, where you can make better decisions and not sort of make a move in it, you know, mess things up even further, if that makes sense. Yeah. Now, where passion comes in, it says, and I'm sorry, I didn't read. Coming into power, I step into my power boldly and confidently. So yeah, I feel like once you take that step back and you know, you've sort of had time to process and, you know, plan things a bit better, you will be able to move more confidently and know that, you know, this new or this next opportunity to go after or sort of fix the challenge that you have, you'll be, you know, in a better space or a better place with that. Okay, so then we have passion, rise up high, inflame my purpose, reach the sky. So with passion, the word purpose stands out to me. And I feel like maybe some of you, the reason why you're sort of needing to cut cords and detach from things, maybe it's in regards to your purpose or what you feel like you're called here to do. You know, maybe you sort of, what am I trying to say? Maybe you sort of been like lost, in a way, sort of like trying to figure out your purpose, you know, what it is you're here to do. And I feel like when you sort of take that step back, you can come into that power. Like you can, you know, remember the things that you know you're good at. Remember the things that make you happy, you know, the types of skills you have, strengths. You know, I feel like once you know that, you know, you'll get here and you'll you know, find passion again in the things that you love to do. Okay, so my marriage is loving, happy, and protected. For some reason, I don't necessarily get marriage, you know, as in husband, wife, you know, partner, whatever, however you know, take it as it resonates. I don't necessarily get marriage, but it could be like the marriage of two of a opportunity or a situation, if that makes sense. Like, you know, there's balance, and I feel like I'm really drawn to this card, because I feel like it's, you know, it's balanced. And when it says coming into power, you know, things are balanced, things are in alignment. So, you know, it says my marriage is loving, happy, and protected. Again, Urzuli Dantor, she is a protector over women and children. So, you know, to me, that's confirmation that you know, however your situation is playing out, Cancers, is protected. You know what I mean? You're loved, you're happy, you know, you'll be happy, you'll be protected once you've taken time to sort of reassess, or step back, reassess, plan, and then you can get to my life is beautiful. Okay, so hopefully that resonated. I know that was really fast, but I'm trying to get through these signs, but I feel like it's, you know, cut and dry. Yeah, I just really feel like a lot of you need to plan. I'm getting take a step back, do some relaxing, right, before you try to make any type of decisions. You know, try to meet challenges with a level head. You know, and the only way you get a level head is when you're taking time to sort of process through a situation. Okay, so if this resonated, you know, leave me a like, you know, comment on the video, share it with your friends. Yeah, and I will see you all in the next one. All right, Leos. Let's see. I'm gonna say I'm starting at 42 or 52, 49 for Leos. Okay. It's so hot in here. Maybe it could be hot where you are. If you hear that background noise, it could be the refrigerator. Sorry for that. Hopefully it's not too loud. Leos. For some reason I got the word smile in my mind as I'm shuffling for you all. Maybe you all could be in a happy situation. Something that's making you smile, or you're getting ready to do something that will make you smile. Also getting a significant other, you know, doing something nice for their partner, and that, you know, makes them smile, the partner smile. Someone could be telling you, some of you Leos, to smile, and that might get under your skin. I know it gets under my skin. I'm not a Leo, but when people have told me that in the past, you should smile, I don't take that as a compliment. It's annoying, especially when it's only said to women. So that could be significant for some of you. I don't know. need to mention this again. I mentioned it in the beginning of the video, but you know, if you hear any background noise outside, I believe there's some maintenance going on in where I live. So hopefully, you know, it's not too loud if they start doing that, as well as people speeding down the street for whatever reason. But that also could be some confirmation for you all listening to this video, watching it, that maybe there's construction going on where you live, or, you know, your apartment's being worked on or something like that. You all got two affirmations too. So maybe you all have Cancer placements, or maybe it could be a message in Cancer's reading for you all. I don't know. So, you know, take it as it resonates. Follow your intuition if you feel called to look at the Leo reading. Anyway, so let's get into your cards, Leo. So you have the Magician, Archangel Raziel. Oops. You have Oshun, Fearless Love. Launching your journey. Well-deserved reward. Maybe some of you are moving. Sensuality. Interesting. It's funny that it lines up with Oshun. It's all about like pleasure and, you know, leisure, just an opulence, luxury. That's what I get from Oshun. Also abundance with Oshun. Pregnancy, I'm also getting, especially with the lining up with sensuality. Maybe some of you are pregnant or will be getting pregnant soon, or so if you don't want to, especially with it being spring break time, or, you know, you could be traveling for whatever reason, because this affirmation, it says I travel often, and then you have I respect myself. So yeah, if you're not trying to get the preggers, then you know what you need to do. But anyway, that's could be just for like a small, you know, select of you. Okay, I'm just looking at these cards, but yeah, those are just kind of like first impressions. Okay, so with the Magician, it says you are ready. You have the resources and the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. So yeah, this could definitely, especially with launching your journey, a lot of you could be embarking on a new adventure, which it could be travel, or it could just be, you know, you've adopted a new routine. You could, you know, be trying or be ready to try something new. Again, traveling or moving, because you have the suitcases here. So yeah, also get some of you could be traveling very far too. Interesting. Yeah, it's interesting that I travel often came out, because with launching your journey, it says on the card, I am an intrepid traveler sailing forth into the universe. So yeah, and the reason I get like far away, that looks like a boat. I don't know if you can really see it on the camera. I try to put it all the way up there, but that looks like a sailboat. And then you have like you have the little town here to me, And then also you have the, looks like a bigger city in the distance there. So yeah, maybe you know, you all are traveling overseas, but I get strongly that some people may be moving overseas. And for a lot of you, this is a well-deserved reward. Like, you know, you may have put in the work to really manifest that opportunity of moving abroad, or just traveling abroad, you know, even if it's not necessarily moving for you all. And Oshun, with the I respect myself, Oshun is very very much into being shown respect and having self-respect too. So she shows love to herself. She, you know, that I believe it's like milk and honey that's supposed to flow for Oshun. I don't know. I'm not really well versed in the Orishas. I know a little bit, but of course I'm not, you know, initiated in that practice. So, you know, I tread lightly with that because I don't want to offend. But, you know, just basic knowledge. I know Oshun, you know, is very much about self-love, about, you know, pleasure, sensuality, and, you know, just sort of being happy, you know what I mean? But, you know, first and foremost, respecting herself, okay? And I believe that the reason why she's out there is to sort of, you know, tell Leos to, you know, not be afraid, which shouldn't be necessarily an issue for Leos, to be, you know, sort of put on a pedestal, be in the spotlight, you know, not be afraid to allow others to help you, serve you, you know, that type of thing, which again, it shouldn't be a problem for Leos, because Leos are very, you know, they're very much into that. And there's definitely nothing wrong with that at all, you know, especially if, you know, you sort of have some reservations with it. You know, allow yourself to be pampered, allow yourself to be catered to, you know, that's just, you know, maybe a small number of you. But anyway, so sensuality, it says your freedom flowing from, hold on, it's kind of a tongue twister. Okay, it says your freedom flowing from far away. Oh my gosh. It says I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. So yeah, you know, some of you, this new move, or you know, traveling to wherever it is you're going, could bring all that for you. You know, a new sense of what am I trying to say? You know, you have a new leash on life, a love for life. You know, you're ready to laugh, you're ready to play, you're ready to have fun, and love. You know, fearless love, and you have I love down here. So yeah, just get ready. That's all I got to say, Leos, because you're in for a great journey. I'm getting. This is something that's well deserved, and probably a long time coming for some of you. So enjoy it, and have fun. Shoot. I love it. Anyway, so that's all I'm really getting for you all, Leos. Yeah, I love this reading. It's so bright. It's so bright and full of life. Interesting. Okay. Hopefully that resonated for you, Leos. Let me know down in the comments if it did. And if you are getting ready to move, where are you moving to? If you don't mind my asking. If you're willing to share with that in the comments, let me know. Consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, share this video with your friends. You know, helps the channel out, helps me get better at creating these videos. And yeah, I will see you all in the next reading. Okay, Virgos. Let's see. I'm going to say you all. Let's see. 20. Okay. Virgos. Let's see what we got for Virgos. Virgos, for you all, right off the bat, channel messages for you all that I'm getting is that you all need to retreat for something. Maybe you need a vacation, a break. Travel has sort of been kind of strong throughout these readings. And rest as well. Because when I think of retreat, I think of resting. Sort of like taking a step back to reconnect with oneself. So yeah, some of you may be retreating from a situation or need to, or you may be literally going on a retreat or need to. I can't remember which of the readings it came out in, but one of the cards was rest and reconsider, or reconsider and rest, or something like that. So some of you, I wish I remembered what sign that was for that came out, but definitely check out your other astrological placements. You know, there could be messages in there for you, and that card could be in that reading for you. Might have been Gemini that came out in, either Taurus or Gemini, if that helps. I cannot remember. But yeah. I don't know why I randomly got in my mind scuba diving. Maybe some of you, maybe that's something that some Virgos want to do. Go to a beach. Maybe some of you are wanting to be by the beach, go to the beach, something like that, or go somewhere tropical. Maybe that's on y'all's agenda for your retreat. Okay. Alrighty, Virgo, your first card out is Nine of Air. So, Nine of Swords. You have oh goodness. I can't even say that. But you have Celestial Alignment. Such a pretty card. I love that rainbow color. Then you have starting fresh. Lead. Romance. And you have living your best life. And I believe this affirmation came out for another reading or another sign too. Interesting. Okay, so all right. So 9 of air, it says expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. This unicorn, it's the only unicorn up, you know, while the other ones are sleeping peacefully. So I really feel like, yeah, this is a time where some of you Virgos probably need to do a retreat or just need to take some time out to do something else. You know what I mean? And I think I got this in the Taurus reading where you sort of need to, because Virgos to me can also be sort of like workaholics in a way. And they'll literally need to be told to go sit down somewhere because they don't stop. They will not stop until the work is done. And I feel like this could be causing you all many sleepless nights. You know, you're up worried about things. You all are not giving yourself grace, and I really feel like you should be. So yeah, definitely need to be taking time out to rest and retreat, or go on a retreat. That, you know, some of you need a vacation. Some Virgos, you're long overdue for a vacation and you need to go on one. So book that trip if you can. Even if it's like, you know, going to visit family down the road or something. You know, just I get the sense of you all sort of needing to get out of your comfort zone. You need new surroundings is what I'm getting. Okay, and then you have this card is Celestial Alignment. Inkosazana. I hope that's how it's spelled or how it's pronounced. But anyway, yeah, Celestial Alignment. Definitely need to, whenever I think of alignment, as well as like on a celestial level, I think of the chakras, and the colors in this card are sort of like chakras to me. The color of the chakras. Yeah. I was about to say, I don't see red on there, but red is on there. It looks kind of pink in the camera, but red is on the card too. But anyway, so yeah, all the chakras are basically represented here. So definitely could do with some chakra meditations to balance your chakras. A lot of I'm getting many of them are in not aligned, or in alignment rather. So starting fresh, this card here, it says a wonderful new beginning is blossoming in my life. Yeah, so I feel like once you sort of get that balance, you know, once balance is restored, you know, you'll be able to start fresh. You'll be able to sort of get to the living my best life type energy. Also, this sort of reminds me of like yin and yang, again, balance, coming full circle. yeah, you definitely need to, with this card here, rebalance things. And I believe that retreat, that time away from whatever is sort of causing you stress or causing you to work, overwork rather, because Virgos, again, they can be very also sort of like workaholics, over analyzing things, just on the go a lot, like the Energizer bunny, and need to kind of slow down. So yeah, balance is needed here. Then you have the card lead. Now, if this is, a situation where you're being called to lead something, or you have a new sense of responsibilities, or new responsibilities, like a workplace, or even just in your life in general, you have to be balanced in order to be an effective leader, right? You can't lead properly if you're out of whack, or if you're not, not on your P's and Q's, if that makes sense. So, balance everything out and you'll be able to lead properly. Romance. Okay, so it says romance. Romance is a sacred power. Let it come to me this hour. So I sort of feel like with this romance card aligning with the celestial alignment, a relationship or a romance could be out of balance too. And going back to the 9 of air, perhaps there's some feelings or some things that need to be addressed in your relationships, to the point of where, you're sort of, because it says expecting the worst, it's self-fulfilling prophecies. Maybe, there's, issues where you're sort of expecting the worst in, your significant other, or, that it sort of kind of led for things to be sort of out of balance, and the need to rebalance things. You could, if this is the case for some of you, maybe you and your partner would do well with taking a retreat together, to sort of get that spark back, to sort of get that, see where, your values, your wants, your desires, where they meet in the middle, or if they even still meet in the middle. That's what I'm getting from that card specifically. And with the affirmation, living your best life, I feel like once things are sort of like back in balance, you'll be back into this energy of living your best life. Okay. So I know that, like I've been saying in most of the readings, I'm trying to sort of speed up a little bit better with these readings. But I want to also make sure that I'm concise with what I'm seeing, and I, get you all clear, concise messages. So with that being said, that's all I have for Virgo. Hopefully it resonated. Let me know down in the comments if it did. What else? Please like the video, share it with someone that you think might enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, Libras, gang gang, my fellow Libras, the best gang. No, anyway, I'm just being silly. Let's see. I'm gonna say you are starting at 119.50. Okay. some reason, just now my jaw just tensed up. So some of you could be holding tension in your jaws. I'm getting like grinding teeth, possibly in your sleep. You may want to get that checked out. If you're stressed out, then maybe, you know, set aside some time to meditate, rest, go for a walk. I'm also seeing that in my mind of someone needing to go for a walk, so I may take my own advice and go take a walk later. Yeah, for Libras, I don't think this is for all of you, but I'm also getting tension elsewhere in the body. So yeah, y'all, a lot of you Libras may be super tensed up and need to stretch. You know, take some time to stretch. You know, take a walk again. You're very, very tense. Also hearing in my mind soda. Somebody needs to cut back on soda, drinking soda. Could also be a reason why you're on edge if you're, you know, over caffeinated. That's exactly why I have tea right now. You can definitely overdo it in the caffeinated beverages, especially when it comes to coffee. But sometimes coffee is life. Actually, all the time, coffee is life. But sometimes we need to, you know, be mindful of how much we consume. You know, drink some water, drink some tea. It's a big help. Or even something that doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. Matcha tea, chai is also good. Actually go for a chai right now. Even though it's sort of warm today. Ooh, that flopped right on out. Okay. Alright, your first card here is Release. Archangel Azrael. Release. You have Mama Jumbo. I hope that's how you say that. It says Shine. Looking Deeper. Interesting. Choose Your Battles. This came out in another reading. One of the other signs. I cannot remember which one. So definitely check your placements. Your astral placements in your birth chart. Those signs, if it resonates or you feel called to do it. Beauty. And then you have Learn from Your Mistakes. Okay, Libras. All right. So first, we have the Release card. So yeah, I feel like this is, it says the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. So what's standing out to me is number one, both of these cards look similar. It's a similar sort of like purplish indigo color for both of these cards. This is kind of bluish, but it's like blue, purplish, indigo type color. So a lot of Libras could be maybe you all have had like an awakening of sorts, because it says in that release card, spiritual transformation. So, you know, you definitely could have been going through, you know, I'm also hearing rude awakening. So maybe something happened abruptly that sort of took you by surprise, something that you may not have seen coming, but it led to a great it led to a transformation for you, an awakening. So now, you know, you're sort of in this era or season, if you will, of change, like of major change is what I'm getting. And it could be for the better. I feel like it's for the better, for the most part. Some Libras may not necessarily see it that way, but I get the feeling that whatever this sort of transformation, spiritual awakening, is leading, it's for your higher good, your best, you know, your best good, and for your purpose, your higher purpose. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I felt the need to go to this card, but hold on. I'm gonna table that for a second real quick, because I'm seeing something else. With the Mama de Jumbo Shine card, maybe this situation, it sort of led to you all not being afraid to be in the spotlight, not being afraid to yeah, because I get the sense that in the past, and this could be only for a small number of you, you could have had sort of like stage fright. Yeah, I'm getting stage fright, like I'm getting like someone being on stage and a spotlight sort of being like directly on them, because this card is shine, so I get like a spotlight being on someone. Or you could feel like, a lot of you Libras could feel like you're sort of like being put on the spot. And this could definitely go with what I said previously, where, you know, something, you know, this sort of situation sort of happening abruptly. It sort of put like a target or like a light on you, to where, you know, people are sort of looking at you like, okay, well, what's next? What are you going to do? You know, how are you going to handle said situation? And so now, you know, the way that I see this card, if you look, it's like light coming from both of the hands. The figure sort of has their hands like kind of like that, and so it's like the power is in your hands now. You know, whatever, and I think that's why I went to go pull this card. If you look, you know, there's a lot of gemstones here, and there's mountains, and then there's like one big diamond sort of like floating up here at the top. I feel like, you know, whatever mountains or obstacles that you all needed to sort of get over, climb over, or whatever, you know, your reward or your bounty is right here, as well as here. But it's just like, you just need to get over that hump, right? You just need to get over that hump, and you'll get there. Okay. And then you have choose your battles, as well as learn from your mistakes. I feel like these two go together real well, especially like looking deeper. And I didn't even read the message on the card. It says, deep within me is a majestic radiance. So I feel like with these two, as well as looking deeper, you sort of, whatever this spiritual awakening situation, whatever, it gave you a chance to sort of, see your battle from the perspective of, choosing wisely what you want to do, making sure that, you fight smart if that was needed for this situation. And when I say fight smart, like, go into whatever like battle or situation it was with a level head. And I could have sworn that I said this in a different, I want to say it was for Leo, so maybe some of you all have Leo placements. I really feel like that was Leo, maybe. I can't necessarily remember, but go check that out just in case. But yeah, I feel like because you went through this situation, you're able to look deeper at things, and you're better able to sort of learn from, mistakes from the past, and you now know how to move accordingly, if that makes sense. With beauty, you can see the beauty in the, that past situation or situations, plural. It could have been several little blips, several little incidents where, you have to sort of make a quick decision, act abruptly. And, for Libras, and, I'm a Libra too, so it can definitely be a job trying to make a decision, especially, on the fly, because for Libras, we love to weigh all options. We're all about balance. So we have to see both sides or all sides of the situation before acting. And, it can be sort of a challenge for us. But one thing about Libra is once our minds are made up, we can move forward. Okay. So, and, I feel like Libra, because, we can see both sides or all sides of a situation, we sort of weigh outcomes, the likelihood of a certain thing happening, or, if we do this one thing, this will yield this result, or if we do it, this other thing over here, it'll yield this other result. So that's the reason why, it's not that necessarily Libras, can't make a decision, is that we need to sort of analyze, sort of like Virgos, analyze things and process things to see the best way forward or the best possible outcome. Okay. So I feel like this is what a lot of Libras are dealing with at the moment, or what they will be dealing with, when as the solar eclipse in Aries takes place. And I believe, again, it's on the 29th. I believe I said in the opening of this video. So, yeah. So a lot of spiritual awakenings, a lot of deep thoughts, deep processes, and sort of learning from, past situations on, how not to move going forward, if that makes any sense. Okay. So that's all, Libra, that I have from these cards. Hopefully it resonated. If you enjoy this video and you think someone else might like it, please share it with them. Let me know down in the comments what spiritual awakening or epiphanies have you all sort of had, or, what you think possibly, if you haven't necessarily gone through this yet, what do you think might be coming up for you in the way of spiritual awakenings, transformations. Like the video, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, Scorpio. Let's see, where are we starting with you? Let's see. 35. 20. Okay. Okay, Scorpio. My mouth just really got dry right now. I need to take a sip of my drink, my tea. So maybe Scorpios, you all are maybe dealing with issues surrounding speaking up for yourself, or, you know, some of you, or others of you rather, could be having deep conversations around the solar eclipse period, or will be soon having deep conversations with someone. Or on the other hand, you all need to speak up for yourself regarding the situation. But I'm getting a lot of a lot of communication for Scorpios. Oof. These cards are so slippery. I'm also seeing in my mind someone being set at like a computer, or staring at a computer screen. So another form of like communication. I'm hearing that some of you all need to go back and edit something, or correct an error in something. Yeah, errors. I'm hearing errors. So the need to correct some errors in something. Maybe a work project or a presentation or something. Sorry if that was loud, me picking up my cup or glass, as well as sitting it back down. Anyway, okay, so the first card you all have is Life Experience, Archangel Chamuel. Archangel Chamuel. Then you have Oshun, Fearless Love. This card came out in a different reading, or a different placement. 2. I cannot remember which one, but yeah, it came out. So if you feel called to look at your other placements, definitely go ahead and do that. There might be messages in there for you. Stepping into stillness. I don't know why stepping into stillness made me think about that movie Sleepless in Seattle for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe that's a movie you love. Some of you love. I like that movie. And you have base chakra. Healing. And then you have my significant other supports me, provides for me, and adores me. My significant other supports me, provides for me, and adores me. Okay. All right. So first things first. Sorry, and sorry for the pauses. I'm just messages are sort of coming in. Okay, so life experience. It says a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. Time to spread your wings. So, and then you have Oshun next to this card. Fearless love. So when I said that Scorpios, you all could be very I can't even say that word. Communicative. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. But anyway, you know, this sort of like self-expression is what I'm getting, like, you know, self-expression, speaking engagements, presentations, but I'm really getting strongly, especially when it comes to, because I'm right here, this card, Oshun, Fearless Love, and this affirmation about significant others, or the significant other. This could be, you could be having conversations with your significant other about a relationship issue. It can be a number of issues, you know. It could be, you know, discussing expanding your family. It could be discussing moving in together. It could be discussing, you know, marriage, whatever the case may be. And you all could be discussing, or this could also be not necessarily, you all might not even be that far along in the relationship. This could be, you know, someone that you're first, or you're just now meeting, or just meeting rather, and you know, you all are discussing your values, you know, your morals, your expectations, boundaries, those types of things. So that could be very significant for you all. And yeah, I'm sort of getting like, I see two people, you know, trying to see if they are aligning with each other, like if their values and morals, boundaries, expectations are aligning before they decide to take it to the next level, if that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, that could definitely be for some of you. And I got this message in the Libra reading. It says a powerful revelation that leads to change for life experience. Some Scorpios could be going through some awakenings too, spiritual awakenings. And it could be regarding your significant other or love in general. Or maybe you should go back and look at the Libra reading, because you may have messages in there about that. So stepping into stillness, it says, my power is born in the majesty of silence. So that's kind of funny, especially for me getting a lot of communication. You know, perhaps for a small number of you, you all should maybe take a moment before you communicate something. You know, maybe you all should make sure that you have, you know, have everything that you want to say figured out, so that, you know, you're not sort of like, because what I'm seeing in my mind is someone sort of not being completely straight up about how they feel about certain things, especially when it comes to a significant other. And they sort of need to take a moment, not a long moment, even though this is like stepping into stillness. I feel like with stillness or with taking a moment, you know, you get a clear sense of what it is that you want to be, what it is you want to express, right? And especially when it comes to like any type of form of communication or expression, presentation, you plan it out, right? You plan it out first. You write out your presentation and then you put it all together, if that makes sense. So there's a need to sort of do that here. Okay, base chakra, and you have healing. So base chakra, and I will get the book to just sort of confirm, because I'm not super well versed in chakras. I know that, you know, your chakras can sort of be, you know, imbalanced, and when they're imbalanced, you know, there's a need to sort of meditate, or, you know, focus on a specific area. In this case, it would be the base chakra for Scorpios. With healing coming out, excuse me, I feel like there could be a need for some of you to heal your base chakra, which that means, you know, meditating on that chakra, that specific chakra, but also sort of doing, you know, doing things that correlate to the base chakra. So for instance, give me just a moment. I'll read a little bit from the book. So red is, it, you know, it symbolizes passion, romantic love, enthusiasm, boldness, vitality, power, confidence, courage, and anger. Yeah. And maybe 1 second. So yeah, with the base chakra, it's the color red, the sound lamb, alam maybe, element earth, gland adrenal, and keywords I have. So for me, with the base chakra, you know, I just really feel like it's like there's so many things coming through. But I really feel like how this plays out for this at hand is like love, because I really feel like this is love centered, especially with the ocean, fearless love, and my significant other. It's super important for you Scorpios to interact with people who align with you. You know, you don't want to be with a person but also interact with people who, you know, are not on your level, who Scorpios to me are not surface level people. You know, they love deep connections because, for one thing, my Venus is in Scorpio, so I'm very much tied to the Scorpio energy with that. Even though Scorpio is in its fall when it's in Virgo, um, but or Virgo is in fall when it's in Scorpio. Um, but relationships for Scorpios are a big deal. And it's a big deal for most people, but at the same time, Scorpios, because they feel they're water signs, so they're going to feel emotions very deeply, and especially when Scorpio is like in Venus, um, they they really pride themselves on deep connections and getting to the root of things. And when I think about base, I think about bottom. The root. Even though there is a root chakra, but those two are like next to each other. So um, it's like you all, when it comes to alignment, you all want to make sure that your partner, significant other, whatever, anyone really, any type of relationship, that is in balance, that it aligns, that that you all can meet in the middle and you all can be on one accord. And so I feel like with the base chakra and as far as love is concerned, you want to make sure that you're evenly yoked with a person. That's what I'm getting for Scorpios during this solar eclipse, in Aries season. And for others of you, the need for the base chakra, or to focus the attention on the base chakra, maybe some of you all's stability is coming into question or being called into question, and you sort of need to maybe work on your stability. Yeah, because I'm really getting, sorry for that noise, I'm getting that for those individual Scorpios whose stability is sort of shaky or rocky, the need to maybe you need to figure out ways to gain your strength back, your independence back. You know, because there could be something where some of you are sort of questioning yourself, questioning whether you can get back to a place where you're stable. And this could be also with the healing type thing, or it's healing energy. There's something, I'm getting something with healing and self-worth. Yeah. I'm sorry for pausing because I'm getting so many messages at the same time. Yeah, you all, some of you need to heal your ideas or your thoughts around being stable. Because I'm getting some of you could be thinking about like past life situations, and not even past life, or your past life situations could be sort of coming back around in this lifetime. Especially with stability being on shaky ground. Yeah. Some of you could be like in a situation where you feel as though it's like you feel like you let yourself down. Because sorry, Scorpios, they can be very cold, not cold, well, sometimes cold, but I just really feel like that's sort of like a defense mechanism, really. And maybe some of you sort of let down your guard with a person, and it could have been a significant other who, put possibly put, because what I'm getting here is some Scorpios in this bunch could have put their trust in a significant other or a friend or someone, who, they were sort of vulnerable with. They put their trust in them, and that significant other or that person didn't act the best, and as a result, it's sort of put them on shaky ground, or their stability is in jeopardy, or kind of funky, and you could be, some Scorpios could be really beating themselves up about that, but it's just like you kind of have to heal from that. And on the healing card, it says, candle flame, burn this hour, bring to me your healing power. Yeah, I feel like because this situation may have happened where the significant other or person caused this instability for you, that doesn't mean that a future significant other could do it, could do the same thing. Yes, be cautious, but at the same time, because it says a powerful revelation that leads to change. You can come out of the situation. If this is your particular situation, where someone else was a cause of your instability, you can't come out of that, because also on the card it says time to spread your wings. So don't let that instability stop you from getting your independence back, because for some reason I keep hearing independence, that word independence. So yeah, I don't feel like you need to fear or have fears around, even though it's understandable and it's warranted. Oshun is fearless love. It says fearless love. And you have my significant other supports me, provides for me, and adores me. So, don't allow a past, relationship that ended on, on bad terms and that set you back, stop you from, opening or keeping yourself open to new experiences, because the new significant other, the new person that comes into your life, will offer you support, will provide for you, will adore you, will love you, cherish you. So think about that, and hopefully I'm making sense with what I'm saying. Yeah, and let me just look at anything else that's sort of standing out to me, because I kind of had something else, but it kind of left me. Going back to if you're sort of in this new relationship, right? And sorry for the background noise if you hear that, but if you're in this situation where you are sort of like entertaining or dating a potential significant other, and you all are discussing your values, if having a significant other who provides for you is important. I feel like you all's values and morals and all that type of stuff will align, because I also get a fear of that that, you know, that you won't align with this person that you're sort of putting time into, you know, with dating or going on dates, getting to know them, you know. And, you know, this could be a person that some of you, you know, your person is someone that you really are really digging at the moment. You know, you really dig them, but, you know, you're just hoping that, you know, it's not a situation like this, you know, someone that, you know, will cause strife in your life, or, you know, put you in a bad state when you've been so vulnerable to them. You let your guard down, and you're sort of, you know, hoping that this is not the case with this new love. But I really don't think it is. I think that I don't get the feeling that it is. I feel like this energy here is sort of past. This is the past. Because with life experience, it says in life, what you think about life experience, the thing with life experience is, you know, you learn from your past, you know, you learn from it, you grow from it. And so now you're sort of equipped with, you know, the red, sort of like the red flags to look out for. You know, you can have your guard up, but you know, you have the tools to look for and to see what, you know, what is an automatic red flag for you, right? This person doesn't believe in support. This person doesn't believe in providing. This person doesn't believe in adoring their significant other. Then that's your, you know, that's your answer right there. You know, leave, no matter how much you're digging them, you know, if they are not sort of, you know, aligning with your morals, your values, your boundaries, expectations, then yeah, definitely cut that off. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. Cause I'm getting so many messages are just going in my mind. But anyway, hopefully you like the, you know, the message. Hopefully it resonated. Hopefully it was encouraging. If you believe this reading was helpful and someone else might enjoy it, share it. Please like the video. Leave me a comment down in the description box, or I keep saying description box, in the comment section, and let me know how exactly this is sort of playing out for you. And yeah, I will see you Scorpios in the next reading. Okay. Oh goodness. Sagittarius. Let's see, you are 2, 3, let's say 2 over 20. All right, Sagittarius. What's good in the hood for Sagittarius is I got some Sagittarius is like someone like chewing gum, popping gum for some reason. I don't know why. That's funny. I don't know why that came popped into my head, but that's what I got. Seeing someone like dressed in all white. Maybe somebody's about to go to like an all-white party or all-white celebration. Getting Miami Beach, Florida. So maybe you all are on vacation in Miami Beach, dressed in all white, having a ball. Especially this is like spring break time, and travel, the theme of travel has been significant throughout these readings. So yeah. Gemini, Sagittarius, but in my mind also I heard the term smoke and mirrors. So be careful about someone pulling like a fast one on you, some of you. Yeah, I don't know why I'm hearing smoke and mirrors. Like somebody's like being gaslit about something. Be cautious of that. Smoke and mirrors, like a setup, somebody being set up. Be careful. Be careful with that. I hate when it does that. It's hard to move back into the deck. Don't want to come out. Okay. Whew, goodness. Okay, let's see. 5 of air. So 5 of swords. Have Sarah Lakali. And it's divine lineage. I believe that's, yeah, divine lineage. Beautiful card there. Launching your journey. This card came out early in one of the other sign or placements. Dream come true. Or dreams coming true. Success. Pretty sure this card came out too. And I travel often. Wow. Okay. Like I said, travel has been the running theme throughout a lot of these readings. That is interesting. And you have launching your journey. So yeah. I mentioned Miami Beach, so this could, I travel often, but launching your journey, this could just simply be a short short distance travel for some of you, like taking road trips, flying somewhere, driving somewhere that's, no more than like a couple of hours, 2 to 3 hours away from where you live. Yeah. Or if you are like sort of moving abroad, then it's going to be temporary. Yeah, because I'm for some reason I'm getting like short time frame. You won't be in this new place for long. You'll be like coming back or going somewhere else, if that makes sense. Okay, so with 5 of air, it says an unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives. Now, didn't I just say I heard that term, smoke and mirrors, and being cautious of people's intentions as far as like being set up, because it says review everyone's motives. Yeah, be cautious of the people that you hang around, perhaps the people that you're going on trip with. And Miami is one of those places where, the girl trip, even the guys trip, things can pop off for whatever reason going to Miami. I don't know why. I've never been to Miami, but I've heard stories about, you know, like those horror stories about going there for whatever reason. So yeah, definitely be cautious of that. Divine lineage. I feel like though, with this card, I just look at this as like an ancestor protection. So, you know, no matter what you are or you will be protected, but you definitely need to be cautious. So be cautious, you know, before leaving if you haven't left yet. And sorry, I'm just taking a little sip of my tea. Anyway, and sorry for that noise if you hear it in the background. Me setting my glass down. But anyway, if you are getting ready to take this trip, okay, so I'm getting a couple of things. If it's a, you know, if it's just a leisure trip and you're going with others, make sure your family or, you know, significant other or someone that you're close to has your travel information, you know, just to be on the safe side. Make sure you have, you know, you save important numbers, you know, make sure you're aware of your surroundings and, you know, quick exits, emergency places like, you know, hospitals, that type of thing. I'm not saying that to fearmonger anyone, but just, you know, this is, you know, be precautious is what I'm saying. You know, make sure you are doing your due diligence to protect yourself, keep yourself safe, and know, you know, where it is that you can get help from in the event that, you know, something should pop off. Yeah, because I get like it's 5 of air, so it could be 5 individuals that you're going on this trip with, or who, you know, people who are around you, and not all of them can be trustworthy, because I'm hearing the word shady. Somebody could be shady. So yeah, just again, just be careful. Now the other thing that I was getting, that if you are going, if it is in fact a overseas trip or an overseas move, you know, either this is already occurred for some of you, or it could occur. Meaning, and when I say that, I mean make sure that you're reading the fine print of something, like a contract. If you're going to do a job for a short amount of time, make sure you're looking at all the details in the contracts, award letter, you know, for the job offer. Make sure you're reading everything, especially because we are in Mercury retrograde, and that's the need to, you can sort of like miss things when it comes to contracts. That's usually why around this time they sort of, it's sort of a thing to where you avoid signing contracts, because you can have a tendency to sort of miss something. Also, with Mercury being retrograde, travel can be delayed for some of you in this pile. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you won't get to go on the trip. It's just that, original plans may change, or, whatever the case may be. It could be a number of reasons or a number of things that happen. So just, take it as it resonates, and just, again, make sure, family, your family, friends, significant other, they have your information, they know where you're staying. Give them your itinerary, make sure, they have access to things. Just make sure you put all of your ducks in a row, if that makes sense, yeah. And just make sure you have all the emergency contacts, or, it's easy to access emergency contacts, that type of thing. Again, I don't want to scare anybody. I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm not trying to fearmonger at all. Just, this is just for you all to be cautious. But again, I feel like no matter what, you are protected. You are protected. Okay. So with dreams coming true, I get the sense that this, for those that I mentioned who, this might be a job that's overseas, but it that you're traveling for or traveling to, even though it is a short sort of period of time, I get that there's like a dream come true for you, but I also, like I said, you all need to sort of like proceed with caution with that. Just make sure you're reading the fine details of something so that you don't get into something that you don't want to get into, if that makes sense. I feel like no matter what, you'll be successful also, because especially with it aligning up with this sort of ancestral figure in my view. Yeah, I feel like no matter what, you'll get to the success that you're trying to get to, I feel. And it'll be a favorable outcome, even if, things are sort of like shaky or kind of shady at first. It'll turn out, the things will turn out okay. You'll be all right. Okay. So for success, it says success that's true belongs to me. Success with honor and integrity. So that word integrity really stands out because, like I said, that for that term, smoke and mirrors, to come out, and then, for Five of Air to say, review everyone's motives. I feel like, someone is not acting with integrity, if that makes sense. They're not being, because it could be like, not even on some like something where someone would seek to harm you. It could just be that they're not being upfront with something, especially when it comes to like a job or like a trip. Say if it's a group of friends that you're taking this trip to, or taking this trip with, it could be something like one of the friends steals from someone else in the friend group, and they're not being straight up or honest about it. Or I'm also getting like maybe like one of the friends bringing like their significant other on the trip, and it was supposed to be friends only, no significant others, that type of a thing. And with a job, if this is job related for travel, for y'all, traveling forward, if you're signing a contract, then it's like, say it's like a remote job, you don't have to report in the office, but then you turn around and you find out that it is in office, or it's like a hybrid schedule where you have to be in office some days, and you can be at home, or they say you can travel doing this job. It doesn't matter where you're sort of like stationed at, but it turns out, yeah, you do need to be sort of like in this particular area. You have to be in this particular area in order to do the job. But I'm like, but that's not what the job description said. It said it was fully remote, So, yeah, it could be something as small as that, but it's still dealing with integrity. Something is not, someone is not being fully transparent about something. Okay. So that's what all I'm getting for your reading, Sagittarius. Hopefully it resonated. If this did resonate with you, let me know down in the comments how so, if you feel comfortable sharing. And if you enjoyed this reading and you find it helpful, share it with a friend or someone else that you think might enjoy it. Like the video, and come back again for a different reading. see you next time. Okay, Capricorn. Let's see, you are at 20. I'll say 220, 22. Okay. I feel like they wanted to come out. Let's see, Capricorns. I don't know why I'm hearing the word playground. I don't know why. Maybe if you all have children, you're taking them out to the playground for like a fun day out. Something like that. Also hear play date. So maybe it's like, you know, your kids are having a play date with the neighborhood kids, or it could be like some kind of like sleepover, you know, your older kids are having. Maybe for like a birthday celebration or something like that. Because I'm also hearing Sweet 16. So, yeah, maybe somebody's having a birthday, or some teenagers, kids, having some kind of birthday celebration. Ice cream. Somebody may be craving ice cream. Some Capricorns. Also, birthday celebrations, you have ice cream with cakes, with the cake normally. Someone's favorite cake could be ice cream cake. I don't know. I'm also hearing in my mind, take the lead. There's something that you need to take the lead on, some of you Capricorns, which definitely shouldn't be much of an issue for Capricorns, because they are very much the leaders when it comes to things. Very good at leading. I feel like that wants to come out necessarily, but we'll see. All right, Capricorn, let's see, you have Knight of Water. Knight of Water. Medusa, Rage. Sorry for the background noise if you hear that. Standing Firm. Believe and Succeed. Safe Home. And you have I Respect Myself. I Respect Myself. Okay. Okay. So with the Knight of Water, it says emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals. The need to balance emotions and an invitation to a social event. So I mentioned the birthday parties, the celebrations. So apparently this could also be a wedding proposals celebration or something like that. Or you could be invited, or you could be going to a wedding. I don't know. Because you have this believe and succeed. It's like this. It's like a boat, and it's like sort of going towards that light. So maybe you guys are, going to maybe traveling a short distance, because travel, as I've said in previous readings, has sort of been like a reoccurring theme through a lot of the readings. So maybe you all could be traveling for this event, for the birthday party celebration, for the sleepover, for the wedding proposals. You know, ceremony, not ceremony because it's not a ceremony, but the proposal, the wedding proposal. You could be maybe taking the lead on setting up that proposal celebration. Maybe you're helping a friend propose to their significant other. That's what I'm getting. Now with rage here, this is interesting. For some of you, because I don't really feel like this necessarily goes with the other cards necessarily. But in a way it could, because you have standing firm here. It says, I am noble, brave, and strong. And then you have the affirmation of, I respect myself and safe home here. So for some of you, because I'm getting like two different messages for this pile, or for this group of Capricorns. For some of you, this could also be a thing with the rage, is that you have this, there's something where you need to stand up for yourself. And in a way, if you were sort of like being called on to lead with the planning of an event, you probably need to sort of delegate and ask for help. You don't have to do things all on your own. And sorry, let's sit this down. If you are sort of being made to do everything by yourself, you need to stand firmly. You need to stand up for yourself and say, look, I'm only one person. Because I feel like Capricorns, because they are so comfortable, like sort of being in the lead and taking charge, sometimes, they can sort of overextend themselves, if that makes sense. And maybe this is the case for you. You're overextending yourself, and you're not asking for help, and you're trying to do everything by yourself, and that's not respecting yourself. So have respect for yourself to not only stand up for yourself, but also to not be too proud to where you can't ask for help when you need it. Because it takes, a lot goes into, planning events, whether it be, a proposal ceremony, or I keep saying ceremony. This could also be, it could even be like the wedding itself. So yeah, because I keep saying ceremony, so maybe this is the actual, you've been involved from the start, like the wedding proposal, the wedding proposal ceremony, the planning the bachelorette party, bachelor party, planning the whole entire thing. Or you could be a wedding planner or an event planner, but you're sort of, maybe you could be kind of dealing with a bridezilla or groomzilla, or like, you know, sort of like, how to say this nicely, on the other hand, like a overbearing soon to be mother-in-law or in-laws who are trying to have their hand in every single detail or planning of the wedding. So yeah, it could be that type of a situation. So I can understand a little bit more why rage might be here, because that would drive me nuts. And that's also why I didn't want a big ceremony thing for my own wedding. I just wanted to be short, sweet, and to the point. I didn't want to have to deal with all the pomp and circumstance. But if that is something that some of those in this pile want, or if it's not you necessarily, you Capricorns actually being the bride or the groom, and it's more so sorry for that, you are the event planner, or just simply that's not even like your not your title or your job, but you're taking on the responsibility to plan these things. You don't have to, you're not a doormat. You don't have to accept any type of ill treatment, especially when you're doing something out of the kindness of your heart. Or even if you are doing a job, yes, you want to do your job, with a Capricorn, they're going to do it well. They're going to do their job well, just like a Virgo. But at the same time, you have to respect each other. You have to respect others, especially those who you are putting your trust in to make your events, especially as something as important as a birthday celebration or a wedding. You have to have respect for your planners. You know what I mean? And those who are sort of like helping you to put all this together, if you're having a big wedding. Okay, so yeah. So with safe home here, it says, I cast a circle round about. Safety now is beyond doubt. I don't necessarily get that this is something where you, your home, on the home front, things may need to be, protected necessarily with the home. I just think this is more so saying that this is safe for you to express yourself or demand respect, I feel like. Yeah. And then like with believe and succeed, I feel like this more so goes with the standing firm. Like, you have to have boundaries, and it's okay to, to again demand respect. Like to be like, look, you're not going to walk all over me. You're not going to, treat me any kind of way. And especially when I'm taking time out to help you, because I'm getting the sense that someone is not necessarily there. It could be some of you are indeed like an event planner, a wedding planner, but I'm also getting like the sense of like a friend sort of stepping in, and helping to plan like the entire event, entire wedding, and perhaps the bride again, the groom, or like the person whose birthday it is not being the nicest, and sort of being a bit selfish and unappreciative for the friend that's stepping in to help. Okay. So I'm just gonna look over this a little bit more and just see if I get anything else. Yeah, I don't get anything else with these cards. So yeah, that's all I'm really getting for Capricorns. Yeah, just make sure you stand up for yourself. Don't take any type of treatment, especially when you're doing something out of the kindness of your heart. or, you know, even if this is your job, you know, you're still bringing like a level of care for the person, you know, making sure, you know, you're not missing any details and you're doing everything to the best of your ability and going beyond, you know, above and beyond for this person. And, you know, they need to see that you are doing that. Okay. All right, so that is all for you all, Capricorns. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, and you think someone else might like, you know, this reading, share it with them. Leave me in the comments. Leave me a comment in the comment section below, and let me know how this is sort of impacting you, if it resonated, and like the video. That helps me out a lot, especially with this channel, and, you know, bringing more videos to this channel. And getting better with my videos, my content. All right. Thank you so much. And I will see you next time, Capricorn. Okay, Aquarius. Let's see. You all are starting at 6. Let's say 10. Okay. Let's see, Aquarius. What we got for Aquarius? Aquarius. Some of you Aquarius is maybe craving Mexican food, or maybe you're traveling to Mexico. Could be for like spring break, maybe, because travel seems to be like a running theme for these readings for the solar eclipse energy. Some Aquariuses may have love on the brain. There's this sense of wanting to be close to a significant other. You know, spicy time is on the brain. That's something that Aquariuses may be wanting at this time. Also hearing the word, or phrase gadgets, gizmos. So in Aquarius, this is all about like technology. So maybe some of you are getting new, some new equipment, new computer, some kind of new technology, or you're testing out new technology of some sort. Some of you all could work on computers. Computer analyst, IT person. If y'all's affirmation is, it turns out to be, I travel often, I'm going to crack up because, again, travel has been like the running theme throughout this freaking reading as a whole. Anyway, let's see. You have Knight of Water. Can't really see it. Yeah, you can't really see that. Soache, grounding. Okay, let me see. Yeah, let me see if I can hold it like that. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better. Knight of Wands, you can see it a little bit better. See if I can put it up too. Yeah, there we go. Coming into power. Pretty sure these cards came out in some different readings, so definitely watch for your different placements, astrological placements of your big three, or any other placements that you feel drawn to look at. Believe and succeed. Authenticity. Sorry for the background noise if you hear that. And you have My Life is Beautiful. So yeah. Some of these cards definitely came out in other sign readings. Okay. So first things first, you have Knight of Water, emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative. And I'm sorry. It says falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, an invitation to a social event. Okay, so I definitely remember, I just literally got this card for Capricorn. So definitely check out Capricorn. It could be a message in there for you all Aquariuses, or you may have those placements, or that placement rather. Okay. So what's sticking out to me is this an invitation to a social event. So I feel like if there is some kind of event that you're going to be that you've been invited to, or you will be invited to in the future, near future, it's going to really, really empower you, right? This is it, this is coming into power, but I really feel like it's going to be something that really, really empowers you. And with the authenticity card, it says, "Who I truly am is good indeed. I am authentic in thought, word, and deed." So, it also can give you like a real sense of being your authentic self. I'm getting that theme, or that's kind of standing out. I'm seeing like, especially like with coming into power, authenticity. Yeah, this is sort of like someone sort of seeing their purpose in real time. Like they get a clear vision of what it is that they're meant to do, what it is they're, the type of person that they are. With such way grounding, I feel like, this is also something that sort of what am I trying to say? Like you have a firm foundation. Because when I think about grounding, I think about like coming down to earth, centering yourself, sort of like getting clear on things, if that makes sense. And it's like, you know who you are, being your authentic self, you know exactly who you are. And so you can sort of like move. I'm seeing like someone like sort of not being afraid to sort of march to the beat of their own drum, if that makes any sense. And Aquarius is, I feel like they're very much about that type of energy. Like, they're very much about, being authentic, not being afraid to be the oddball out, not following the crowd, being true to themselves. And, I feel like this is sort of like that energy where, this is, it's what makes life beautiful for you, standing in your truth, being who you are, allowing your weirdness to shine through. And that is what sort of makes you succeed. That is what makes you successful. So yeah, I feel like whatever this sort of like event that you end up going to, or something that you've gone to, some event that you've gone to, it's life changing for you, Aquariuses. And it's like it perhaps you could, after you attend this event, the information that you receive from it, or the experience that you get from it or have from it as a result, it sort of gives you a new outlook on life too. So that could also be the case for some of you Aquariuses. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I don't I'm missing anything else. I'm not trying to hurry up because I'm losing light. Losing my light. It was another reading too. One of the other signs, and I can't remember exactly which one, but it was also about integrity and being truthful. So that could be significant. I can't remember exactly. I want to say it was Sagittarius, so maybe there is a message for Aquariuses in the Sagittarius reading, or you have that astrological placement in one of your big three from your birth charts. I don't know. So yeah. I'm also getting clear head with the authentic in thought. Yeah, like your thoughts, you have a clear mind. Aquarius have a clear mind. Yeah. Okay. So that's all I'm really getting. Or maybe there's a need for you to clear your mind and let the authenticity or authentic or true thoughts come in. Don't be swayed or taken aback by negative self-talk. If that's, that's just a little thing I just got there at the end for some Aquariuses. I don't think this is for all Aquariuses, but some people, I'm seeing like someone in my mind sort of having all these negative thoughts about themselves, but they are sort of like telling their ego, because that's your ego speaking. It'll sort of like react out of fear and sort of start throwing out all these like worst case scenario type energy, and you have to sort of like tell it to shut up, and allow for the real, true, authentic thoughts about yourself to come in. Okay, so if this was, if this resonated for you Aquarius, share with a friend if you think they might enjoy it, or whoever else might enjoy it. Leave me a comment down in the description, or I keep wanting to say description, in the comment section, and just let me know how this is sort of playing out for you, if it is. And I will see you in the next reading. Oh, please be sure to like the video. That really helps out my channel, as well as for me to get better at doing these readings. My videos can help me to do more. So yeah, because I really want to build a very cool, solid community over here, you know, where we can start, I'm sorry, I'm tripping over my words, Mercury retrograde, where we support each other, you know, we encourage each other, and it, you know, it becomes like a little family over here. Okay, all right. So yeah, I will see you all next time, Aquarius. And last but certainly not least, Pisces. Let's see you all. Let's see, 250. I'm gonna say 250. Oh wait, no. 251. 250, 251.10. Anyway, so yeah. All right, Pisces. What's going on with you? I know I'm kind of losing daylight here, but it is kind of a gloomy day where I am. It was raining earlier, so that's kind of why it's a little dark out a little bit. And it's like 6:34 on my clock, so yeah. Sun, or the clouds are making it dreary and dark outside. All right, Pisces. So with me mentioning that, maybe it's raining where you are. It's, Pisces folks. I'm also hearing the word cozy. So some of you may be wanting to get cozy, or you're feeling cozy. You know, curling up with a book, watching a good movie, that type of thing. I may get up real quick and open up my this window a little bit more, just to get some more light in here. It is pretty dark. So as I get all of your cards out, placed out here. I'm also hearing, like, with it, the sort of like on a flip side, like being dark, cloudy, gloomy. Maybe some of you are not in the best of moods right now. You could kind of have like a dark, gloomy type of disposition, attitude. And you're sort of like keeping to yourself to sort of get over it, you know, get to a better state, a better attitude, mindset. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to get up real quick and just open this window just a tad bit more. yeah, they helped a lot. I was just like, goodness, it's getting super dark in here. Okay. Okay, let's see here. We have, let me pull this up just a tad. There we go. Okay. You all have 5 of fire, and 5 of fire is 5 of swords. I mean, not 5 of swords, that's 5 of wands, sorry. Yeah, it says competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. Then you have Aunt Nancy. It's betrayal. I'm sorry, I didn't even show 5 of fire. Sorry about that. That's 5 of fire card. And then you have revealing radiance. Revealing radiance. Take the lead. Destiny. And your affirmation is, I take care of my mind, body, and soul. I take care of my mind, body, and soul. Okay, so first off, with a 5 of wands or 5 of fire, it says competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. So from this card, what's sticking out is conflict with others, and then you have the card of Aunt Nancy betrayal. I'm sorry. I feel like this could be attributed to maybe some of the Pisces, and I almost called you all Cancer for some reason. So perhaps some of you may be dealing with cancers, or you all may have some messages in the Cancer reading, so you might want to go check that out. Yeah. I'm getting that this could be the cause of maybe like your gloomy state, or you feeling like, a dark cloud is sort of like over you. I'm also getting like with betrayal, someone could literally have betrayed some of my Pisces peeps. And you're sort of like working on navigating how to sort of deal with that situation. Also, to me, like with the 5 of fire card, 5 of wands, I get, it's like, you are sort of like one person and multiple people are sort of like ganging up on you, or, you may feel like you're being judged harshly by others because of maybe a way in which you think or do things. Maybe like a decision you made. That could also be the case. But I feel like with this revealing radiance card, it says, my light illuminates the world. The people who are meant, to be in your life, the people who, get you will find you if they haven't already. So I feel like this is sort of like, pay more attention to those who get you, who want to see you succeed, who want to see you have better for yourself. People sort of like dismiss, or because I'm getting like brushing it off, brush off, dust off your shoulders, brush off your shoulders, that type of thing. It's like I'm getting like a sense of someone just like dusting off what the haters got to say, that type of thing. So yeah, focus less on, the haters, the, people that try to discourage you, and focus on those who do support you, if that makes sense. Would take the lead in destiny. I feel like, there's something for some Pisces. There's something that you're going to have to make a decision on or take the lead on. And, this could also be, would take the lead. This could also be like maybe setting boundaries with people, especially those who would try to judge you, for how you are, or what it is you are deciding to do with your life. Yeah, you have to take the lead and set boundaries. Like I won't be negotiating on, the decisions that I make. Yes, people can have, good intentions, where they're trying to give you advice, but some people can speak fear into the decisions that you make, or, the goals that you have set, because they're projecting. And you have to sort of, put people, now they can't even talk. Dang, Mercury retrograde has been tripping me up all this whole reading. Anyway, you sort of have to put people in their place. You know what I mean? Not be afraid to be straight up and in your face in a way. Don't be afraid to speak your mind when it comes to what it is you decide to do for your life, because you know best. You know best what it is that you want to do. Nobody else can tell you what you should do or need to do. So yeah, have confidence in yourself, and what it is you're trying to do. Yeah, because with that Aunt Nancy betrayal, I get the sense of this card, I usually think of the Nancy, Mr. Nancy, but on here it's Aunt Nancy. But along with this, and it doesn't necessarily have to be betrayal. It could, it could be, it doesn't have to be as deep as that. It could just be, or you may be feeling betrayed because someone is trying to stoke fear or put fear into you because of, a decision you make, with you feeling harshly judged by someone. It may feel like a betrayal because it's why are you, trying to put me down? Why are you trying to, make me make me self-conscious and, doubt myself, so that could also feel like a betrayal. So, just try to work against that. Don't allow, what someone has to say, steer you wrong or steer you away from what it is, within your heart that you want to do. Because this is going to lead to your destiny, right? I'm hearing that word catalyst. I don't know. But anyway, this is leading to a big moment, when it comes to your destiny, whatever it is you're trying to do. Whatever, say you have some goals that you've set that you wanted to accomplish, and it seems these goals are, you see, it could be a bit outlandish or out of this world, and don't, just because it doesn't mean that it's not obtainable. You know what I mean? Everything is possible. So, and I feel like it will lead you to your destiny. So anyway, the destiny card, it says all that I shall need to know as I walk shall now be shown. Again, hopefully that wasn't word salad, but anyway, it says all that I shall need to know as I walk shall now be shown. So yeah, I really feel whatever this sort of situation is where you are sort of taking a leap of faith on something, it's part of your destiny, and it's meant for it to happen. So go with your gut, trust yourself, don't trust anyone else, trust yourself, and know that you are making the right decision, you are making the right moves. Okay. And as far as I take care of my mind, body, and soul, just extra confirmation that, you know, you're doing, you know what you're doing. You know how to take care of yourself. You can trust yourself. So that's what I'm getting for you, Pisces, for the solar eclipse energy in Aries. Hopefully this resonated. If it did, leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know how it resonated for you. And if you think one of your friends or anyone else would enjoy listening to this reading and getting some, you know, confirmation, extra support, encouragement, then please share it with them. Give me a like on this video. It really helps for me to continue doing my readings, as well as making my videos better, especially getting better with the lighting. Okay. No, but this is sort of like, I'm doing this during the day. Usually I find myself doing my readings at night, and so naturally I'll have better lighting. But anyway, so yeah. Yeah. Hopefully it resonated. Hopefully you all are, you know, not going to be afraid to take the lead on something, to set boundaries, to, you know, speak your truth. Don't be afraid. Anyway, okay. Bye, Pisces.